The so-called killer whale is not a whale, but the largest member of the dolphin family. What species is it?
Orca.
Yes. In Ratatouille, what is the name of the restaurant critic at Gusto's who tastes the soup altered by the rat Remy and calls it a spicy but subtle taste experience?
Soline Leclerc.
Correct.
In the 1987 film Moonstruck, when Nicolas Cage's character Ronnie first tells Cher's character Loretta, "I'm in love with you," she slaps him twice and says, what famous line?
Snap out of it!
Snap out of it, yes.
In the one with the stain, Chandler employs a cleaner to help around the house, but Monica suspects her of stealing clothes and goes to ridiculous lengths to try to prove it. What's the cleaner's name?
Brenda.
Yep.
What flavour of ice cream is said to have been invented in 1929 when William Dreyer used his wife's sewing shears to cut up some marshmallows and added them, along with nuts, to chocolate ice cream?
Bucky Road?
Yes. When the Guardians of the Galaxy go to investigate a distress call in Infinity War, Groot is playing what real-life video game?
Arcade Defender.
Yes.
In 1980, Manchester United signed a Yugoslavian defender from Red Star Belgrade who became the club's first player from outside Britain and Ireland. What's his name?
Nikola Jovanovic.
It is. Stormzy grew up in Croydon, and at a book launch for Murky Books in 2018, he commented that his early years were demarcated by the route of a London bus. That was the world, that was the whole world. I didn't know nothing outside of that, he said. What number bus?
11.
109. The cash prize for the winner of season 11 of Drag Race was $100,000. How much was the cash prize for the winner of the first season?
25,000.
20,000.
The two songs from High School Musical that were nominated for Primetime Emmy Awards in 2006 are Get Your Head in the Game and which other?
Breaking Free.
Yes. In Bart Gets Famous, Bart appears on a chat show hosted by which comedian who in real life wrote for The Simpsons in its 4th and 5th seasons?
Conan O'Brien.
Yes. When Harry, Ron and Hermione are caught by the werewolf Fenrir Greyback and a group of snatchers, Harry tells them that his father works in the Department of Magical Accidents and Catastrophes and gives them what false name instead of his own?
Vernon Dudley.
Yes.
The feature film, What We Do in the Shadows, is a spoof documentary about a group of vampires who share a house in Wellington. During the film, they're invited to the event of the year, due to take place at 6 p.m. on the 6th of June. What event?
The Unholy Masquerade.
Yes.
When Bill and Ted play a game of battleships against the Grim Reaper in Bogus Journey, what grid coordinate does Ted guess to win the game?
J7.
Yes, in Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life, Ramona offers Scott a choice of 17 different types of tea. What's the last tea on her list?
Sleepy Time.
No, it's Earl Grey. In the Christmas lunch incident, Geraldine tells an unimpressed Owen Newitt that she plans to base her Christmas sermon on a work by which female poet, rather than using a traditional biblical text.
Christina Rossetti.
Yes, it is Christina Rossetti. The character of Eddie, the delivery boy, is played by the rock singer Meatloaf in the film. Which actor originated the role at the theatre upstairs?
Paddy O'Hagan.
Yes. In 1540, Henry reluctantly married his 4th wife, Anne of Cleves, who'd previously been betrothed at the age of 12 to Francis, the son of the Duke of Ware.
Lorraine.
Yes. The lyrics of the song June Bride in Seven Brides for Seven Brothers mention which 19th century German composer?
Mendelssohn.
Yes. Which solar physicist has been a presenter of The Sky at Night and was appointed the chief stargazer at the Society for Popular Astronomy?
Heather Cooper.
No, Lucy Green.
In the 2015 film Inside Out, Riley initially plays ice hockey for a Minnesota team called the Prairie Dogs. When she moves with the family to San Francisco, she joins a team with what name?
Foghorns.
Correct. What alternative term does Gandalf use for the Seeing Stone when he visits Saruman at Isengard to seek counsel in the Fellowship of the Ring?
Palantir.
Correct. On the official website for the Sun and Moon installments in the main video game series, it said that one particular Pokemon is dreadfully lonely and it thought it would be able to make friends with humans if only it looked like Pikachu. Which Pokemon?
Mr. Mime.
Mimikyu. Before his title match with John Cena at WrestleMania 31 in Santa Clara, California in 2015, a Bulgarian wrestler entered the ring inside a tank. What's his professional name?
Rusev.
Yep.
Which interior designer, married to a descendant of a former US president, designed a lavish doghouse, a replica of the White House for the Reagan's pet dog Rex?
Theo Hayes.
Yes, in 2020, the fastest pit stop award was won by Red Bull at 15 of the 17 races by Williams in Belgium, and which other team at Monza?
Ferrari.
No, Alfa Romeo. After appearing in Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace, Mr. White dies in Spectre, having been poisoned by what substance?
Thalamide.
No, thallium. On their first day in Athens, Byron and Hobhouse received a visit from which Italian painter, acting as agent to Lord Elgin, who was engaged in the removal of Greek antiquities from the Parthenon?
Bartolini.
No, Giovanni Battista Lucieri. What's the real name of the dog that plays Sharpay's pet boy in High School Musical 2 and 3?
Manny Little Pickles Ortega.
Yes, in 1457, who was indicted for claiming that Margaret was mustering troops, I've started, so I'll finish, for an overseas campaign, while her husband spent too much time asleep.
Pierre de Brace?
No, Robert Burnett. Ludo Bagman, the head of magical games and sports at the Ministry of Magic, played for England as well as for which professional Quidditch team?
Wimborne Wasp.
Yes, what was the name of the man thought to have been in charge of the construction of the Great Pyramid, who was the subject of a huge seated statue discovered in his giant mastaba?
Hemiunu.
Yes. What position did Luther hold at the University of Wittenberg, which he inherited from his mentor Staupitz and retained until his death?
Professor of Theology?
Yes, biblical theology. The series of 18 interconnected lakes, part of the lakes of Union Gar, World Heritage Site in Chad, lies in which plateau area of the Sahara Desert?
An AD.
Yes. Which fishing village near Eyemouth on the east coast of Scotland was the filming location for New Asgard in Avengers Endgame?
St. Abs.
Yes. Which cult of vampires whose symbol is a sun and 3 stars was prophesied to bring the anointed to the master?
The Order of Aurelius.
Yes, in her July 1989 cabinet reshuffle, Thatcher removed which politician from his role as Foreign Secretary, demoting him to Leader of the House and Deputy Prime Minister?
Geoffrey Howe.
Yeah. In The World's End, what's the name of the first beer the men order when they begin the pub crawl at the first post pub?
Crowning Glory.
Yes. In Bart's Girlfriend, what's the first name of Reverend Lovejoy's badly behaved daughter, voiced by Meryl Streep, with whom Bart falls in love?
Jessica?
Yes. What's the name of the video game Yorkie is seen playing on her first visit to Tucker's, the nightclub in San Junipero?
Bubble Bobble.
Yes.
What was the title of the television show from the 1950s whose theme tune was borrowed by protesters to create a song to taunt the police? They changed the lyrics so that it opened with the words, "We are the Stonewall Girls, we wear our hair in curls."
Howdy doody.
Yep. Although it has recently lost favour with some beekeepers, a traditional type of hive is the WBC, named after the beekeeper who invented it. What do those initials stand for?
William Burroughs Carr.
No, William Broughton Carr.
In The Tale of the Princess Kaguya, what musical instrument does the princess play for Lord Akita at her naming ceremony?
Koto.
Yes, Halliwell first met her future Spice Girls bandmate, Victoria Adams, at an open audition for the lead role in what 1995 feature film?
Tank Girl.
Yes. Which character in Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption adopts the pseudonym Peter Stevens in order to secretly invest money while serving a life sentence for murder?
Andy Dufresne.
Yes.
Rather than Question Master in the first series of Mastermind in 1972, Magnus was credited under what title?
The Interrogator.
Yes. Early in her career, Wood was the support act for the comedian Jasper Carrot on a nationwide tour. She came from Bury, but because she thought it sounded funnier, she asked to be introduced on stage as a girl from...
Ramsbottom.
Yes.
What's the name of the master distiller for Bombay Sapphire, who, in 2019, was sworn in as the Grand Rectifier, or head of the Gin Guild, the first woman to hold the post?
Smith.
No, it was Dr. Anne Brock.
Stormzy co-founded the Murky brand name, which links his record label, his publishing imprint with Penguin, and his grime festival in Ibiza with his manager, a friend who'd previously worked in a car dealership. What's his name?
Toby Akuwo.
Onwuka. In the pilot episode, Chandler and Joey help Ross assemble furniture in his new apartment. On the wall of the apartment is a poster for a children's animated television show. What's the title of the show?
Danger Mouse.
Speed Racer.